Coming back to the interesting fixture against Kaizer Chiefs, you're the guy who's played a lot of games. Take us through what goes on to playing such a huge matches.
Well, as a player, you live off those big matches because those big matches probably give you something extra in your mind, in your willing to play those matches. And I've played some in Holland, of course, also in Belgium, in France. But the biggest one were always the European Cup games. Yeah. Playing against big teams. I think Chiefs is still a big team in South Africa. So facing Chiefs this Saturday must be something special for the players.
I was about to ask you that question, Coach. And you haven't been through a lot of games against Kaizer Chiefs and Cameroon. Do you know the caliber of Ajax versus Kaizer Chiefs game?
I know that at home because last year we played them at home when I was there. I didn't play them away. But I know Chiefs, for example, everywhere they have the supporters. So they're always nice to play in front of a crowd with of 20 or more thousand people. So I will enjoy it from the side, but I can enjoy it most when I win.
I was gonna throw a curveball. Ajax haven't beaten Chiefs in Durban.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
That it's time. There will always be a moment that things change in life, in football, and it's always what you say. It's as a player, I always tell my players, if you win a special game, people will remember it for a long time. You know that game in Durban against Chiefs when they won. Who was playing and your name is coming up. It's very nice. So again, we don't have to we must not focus too much on winning. I think we have to focus on do the things we can do because this team can do a lot. They've shown it last year. Now and then they've shown it also this year. Maybe not consistent enough. But this is a game to play 90 minutes consistent and give all you can and what you have. And go for the result.
Talking about the players having the ability to show it, and I was going to ask you, because this is the last game of the year, do you foresee an extra energy from the players in this particular game?
Well, I had my press conference this morning, and what Bantu said was, you're going for 10 days, you're going away, and those 10 days, what happened the last game will still be for those 10 days in the back of your head. The supporters, imagine that you have a very good result and you're walking around Christmas in a mall, people will remind you of that win or that good result. And that's nicer than when there's a bad result. So going in those in this break, it's good to have a positive end of this part of the season because we all know it was not our great part of the season. But let's end it well, and it keeps longer in people's mind than when you.
For my personal information, when you're standing there on the bench and the game is in action, which voices did you hear the most? Because I know there's a lot of people shouting around you, it's the fans and the referees, and which voices touches you the most during the game?
Well, the first one that touches me is my own voice because I'm very vocal. No, you know what I like in South Africa is the singing of the supporters, and I enjoy that really. It's.
You actually really get to hear that because the noise is just so unbelievable from all angles, and you're busy shouting instructions at the same time. Do you actually get the fans today? Actually get to you during the game?
Yeah, it's getting to me, especially when on the field all is okay. Then I can enjoy the rest of the things around me. But the first thing I have to enjoy and I'm focused on is the team. But when I can sit and relax and the team is performing like I want to, or like we agreed, then I can enjoy the things around me. I always tell the players that Actually, I want to sit and enjoy football. That's what I want to do. But I'm a coach, so now and then I have to stand up and coach. But I don't want to coach too much because there are so many nice things in a stadium, on the field to enjoy. Also the players. It's better to enjoy the game of your players, the way they play, than have to shout and coach that they have to do this and don't forget to do that. It's for a coach. It's nice to sit and enjoy your team, and something for a coach. I would like to have it more often.
Before I let you go, the cameras are off, Coach. You don't have to answer this question now. Just wait for the cameras to come off. The naughtiest player in your team when you travel, who makes the most noise?
It's not only when we travel. It's always also when we are at home. The noisiest is Jody February. I always told Jody, please come on. Oh yeah, coach. 2 minutes later, he's back again on track. No, you hear Jody always.
Coach, you've been around now in South Africa for almost 2 years, and you've seen the South African football, and they call it disky. Your own experience of the South African skill.
Well, I came here as a head of youth, and the first thing I enjoyed was those youngsters singing before they went on the field, and it was incredible. The vibe, the spirit that it brought into the team, but also to me. And when I joined the first team, I had the same. I enjoyed the singing in the changing room, and when they go on the field, and that part gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It gave me goosebumps, and we have now a player, Shooz Mekuto. I think he's
such a character.
It's incredible the way he sings.
Coach Stanley, we were talking about the skill and the vibe and the disky vibe of the South African football, and your experience so far.
Yeah, I enjoy every moment we play a match. I came here as head of youth, and the first thing I enjoyed was those youngsters of 12 years and 18 years singing before they went on the field. Yeah. It was incredible, and I enjoyed every Saturday we played, and I saw them singing. And when I joined the first team, the PSL, it got actually worse because now they were singing in the changing room where I was in the changing room.
Yes, yes.
And we have
and you have players like Tertius.
Yeah, Tertius Malepe. He's I think the best singer in the league. And the moment he starts, everybody starts to dance. Everybody starts to sing, even the coaches.
So if they were chosen for their singing, you will be the first one in the starting lineup.
For sure. No, we were thinking when he was injured, just bring him in, just to.
No, I saw him and Skara before every game. They will come in and sing to walk the team outside on the pitch. Was that something rehearsed, or is it just the energy that they have?
No, I think the energy, and I think it was when Celtic, when he played home in Edlin.
Yes.
He was injured.
And the Free State Stars game, was it the same situation?
It could be, yeah. So it gives a lot of energy, you know, and I like it, I enjoy it. But that's in our own changing room. Yes. But when I go and on the field and I can enjoy singing on the stands,
the fans
it's
coming to the party.
Yeah,
especially when there's a little bit of a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
If we go back to your experiences now, you're playing Kaizer Chiefs, team known for bringing the fans into the game. They are known for having the 12th man. Your experiences of those kind of moments so far.
You know, those fans can make a team race, can make them play above their level. And I think that's something that singing and dancing, it's especially when you have a big crowd and they sing and dance, it gives you something extra and as a team. But I also think when it's not your fans,
yeah,
you can enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it when I see that man from Celtic does.
Doesn't it scare you when you have that 12th man and you have a team that has players like Simphiwe Tshabalala, Joseph Malongwana, who plays with such a silky flair? They're very skillful. They look like they can do anything with the ball, and you sitting there on the bench thinking, what do I do next?
Yeah, of course, it's an advantage for them, but it can also lift you up. You also hear that singing and dancing, yeah, and see that dancing. So it can also enjoy the nicest thing in football. And seeing those fans singing and dancing, you must enjoy it as well. So you must get in the vibe as well, like the home team.
Isn't it quite a contrast in when you play overseas? When you hear the away fans,
Yeah.
they actually do sound like an away fan.
Yeah.
But in South Africa, it's just motivate everyone else. It's a game.
Yeah.
You all enjoy.
Yeah, I think it's not alone for and that's something I recognize. You don't in Holland or in Europe. You have fans who are against you and really against you.
And they feel intimidating.
Yes, correct.
But these ones, you don't feel it. You just be part of the party.
Yes, it's a party, and that's what makes football at those moments so nice. It's a party for them, and we are part of that party. Okay, and we have to play football. Let's enjoy it, and that makes it something special that well, in my country we also have it, but we don't have. It's not so big. We don't have so many fans. But I know it. The singing and the dancing. It's because the people come to enjoy football, and since I'm here, okay. Once I've seen some bad things on the stands, but it's always a festival. It's always a party, and those things we miss a little bit in Europe. There are some teams and some clubs in some countries. I think in England you have some teams who are singing to each other.
To each other, yes.
It's
and against each other.
Yes, that's
and
nice.
There's a dialogue happening within the singing.
Correct, and that you enjoy.
Yeah.
But here it's. I went to a disky, one of our disky matches, and I was just watching the people dancing on the stands instead of the game, and I enjoyed seeing one take the lead and singing, and the whole crowd start to sing and dance. Yeah, it's very nice, and here we could take an example of this. Football is to enjoy. Football is not to go and fight and hammer and shouting to opponents. You need those opponents to have a game, to have a party.
Well, Coach Stanley Menzo promises a party on Saturday. Like I said, 3 points. It's going to be party time for Ajax Cape Town playing against Kaizer Chiefs at Moses Mabhida on Saturday. Kick off is 7:30. Don't miss it.